The thing is...
Good evening. Good evening and welcome to Your Fake Reality. So we are here this evening live streaming from Australia, Brisbane, Australia, here to you tonight, and welcome to all our new subscribers. So we have a lot to cover this week, guys, and I thought I would just introduce the show with that 3-minute clip there, which hopefully you guys were watching and reading the commentary along there. So I thought I'd start off with a little bit of Tartaria, and we're going to hear from Growler in a minute, who is about 300 kilometres north of my location. We are not sitting in the same room for once ever. This is the first live stream we have ever been apart. So please pray for us. Pray for his audio. Please pray for his audio. Okay. And hi, Growler. How are you doing up there in that nice sunny spot?
Yeah, no, doing well, and with my brother Jamie, and with Mum as well, and with little Ben the dog.
Benny.
Yeah, the white little snowball. Beautiful dog, that one, and yeah, it's good, and just been working on what I've had to be working on, and keep on keeping on. You know how it is.
Awesome. Yeah, I do. It's been hard going. I know keep on keeping on's been hard going for everybody with everything that's going on. And probably now more than ever, these live streams are more important than they've ever been. And as our regular viewers know, there are a lot of words we can't say. And YouTube has censored so much, for those of you who are new, that there are some things that we have to talk around or try and use code for, and we are trying not to cover so much of that particular subject tonight, though. We will be covering a more biblical topic. I'm going to give you just a little bit more of Tartaria, but all in all, for our new viewers, if you don't know something, please ask one of the moderators in chat, and they will be more than happy to tell you what we're rambling on about if you're not sure. Now, we'll just do a broad sweep. Shane Barber, welcome, darling. I hope you're doing okay. I read your comment yesterday. Yeah, thanks, Shane. Lily White, conspiracy theorist. Love you, girl. Good on you. Virgie F, welcome. Anne, welcome. Anne, how are you, darling? My sister, our sister Anne. JD Leslie, welcome. Eric Dunaway, thanks for waiting all that time, mate, for the show to start. Angela Curran, hi, how are you, mate? Good to see you. And, of course, our brother Vernon Daniels. Hey, Vernon, we love you all the way over there where you are. I know where you are. Mandy Wright, welcome. Josie Burns, welcome. Couple of new people. And we have Shani, Cheyenne. How do you say it?
Cheyenne.
Cheyenne. Sorry.
Cheyenne.
Sorry, Cheyenne. I have trouble with that. I see the C and I want to pronounce it all different. Lisa Wright, welcome. And Mandy Wright. I wonder if are you guys sisters? Lisa Wright and Mandy Wright. Diane McDonald, welcome. Evolving Grace, welcome. Welcome in. And you are one of you is from Florida. I heard you say that. All right, guys. Now that we've done with this, we'll just do a bit of housekeeping. Please keep the comments friendly. We're pretty lucky with trolls on this platform because everybody here is family. You all know what to do. Let people have a say if they do come in but they don't know what's going on. That's fine by me. It's just if there's any vulgar thing, get rid of them. That's fine. That's what you're all there for. Nyota, welcome, welcome. 6:38. She must be in California, 6:38. All right. So we are going to start it off with, I'm going to play you something that I was just watching during the week. To start it off on a different note. So we're going to start at Tartaria like we just did with the clip. For any of you who missed it, it's probably good for you to go back and watch it after the stream. Now, so we're going to start this John Levy clip. If we could, Messi, that would be good. And we will have a little chat about it when I see you.
I want to correct myself. In my last video, I said we seem to be missing 1,000 years of time, when really the truth is we have seemingly had 1,000 years added to our time. And we've discussed this in so many videos. If we look at photographs, maps, coins, we can see a letter I and then the rest of the date. It's something like I-600, we would be told is the year 1600, when in reality the I or the J is clearly a letter, as it's sitting right next to a number. And Sylvie in her New Earth videos way back discussed how the J could have represented Jesus or Jesus. But this is just one anomaly, and it could very well be that they recycle this timeline, loop it over and over, and all these maps and coins could be much older, and in some cases even newer. If we go back to the Jewish calendar, it's the year 5000 something. If we look at the Mayan calendar, who knows what year it is? What galactic year, I think, as they call it.
Sorry about that. I was muted. I just wanted to have a little chat about that first bit there, just for anybody who is not sure what John was talking about there. So in Antiquitech, in the day, we had coins and paintings as well that are dated with an I or a J. It is definitely not the number 1. And it has been proven that these I's and the J's have been changed into 1s, which what John was saying about the 1,000 years has been added to our timeline. So now in the Jewish calendar, the Hebrew, it is 5,782. Now, if we take 1,000 years off that, it is 4,782, which even to me immediately makes a lot more sense, because the end of this age we will come into the 5th generation, the 5th reset, I believe, the last reset. And this reset, all it is the Father doing it again, what he did in Genesis. I think it's happened more than we've been told, and it's been lost. These records of what's happened has been lost on purpose. Now, they've added a year, 1,000 years, which means we are literally in the year 1021 since the birth of Yeshua HaMashiach, Jesus Christ, for those of you who don't know his Hebrew name. Now, this 1,000 years, they've tried to debunk this, and people have tried to prove that this is wrong, that it is a 1, it's not an I or a J. But you see, there's a period called the Dark Ages, and this is where they scrubbed out history. This is how they did it. They said the world was so backward. The world was so terribly backward and dark, and it was brutal, and everyone was killing each other and eating and torturing each other. And so this 1,000 years become unaccounted for. That's a little bit, yeah, that works for them. I can see that. So the Dark Ages, where is our history? If we look at paintings from that era, anything post, I think it's 1740 or 50, is all I's or J's. So something happened in 1740 to 1760 that they added the 1,000 years. They changed the I to a J. We did show proof of this on another live stream that I did. I showed a building that had the date changed, and it had the date as an I. And then a later picture, which was 30 years, taken 30 years later in a private collection, was dated. They changed the I into a 1. So that was blatantly obvious with that one. But a lot of people don't know about these things, so they don't question the narrative. And I think that's what's wrong with all our lives. We don't question what we've been shown because we trust those who have educated us, because they've been the ones we've loved most times. But did we know that the ones we loved were the ones who was tricked more than even we were? Yes, something to think about. And I just want to take this video to a little bit further along, if we could, Missy. Just go to 10:50, please, on that timestamp. And we're just going to have a little look at something that is, well, different.
And a lot of the bombing of the Nevada deserts, even the bombing of Mount Vesuvius, I believe, was to get rid of any remains, any little prevailing traces of advanced civilization. Here again, that same survival from the backside. And no doubt, once you see it, you can't unsee it. And lastly, let's just look at some photos that Jen has shared here. These were some pretty rare photos of some buildings atop Mount Vesuvius. We are told that these are brand new buildings, that they built these to promote tourism. Why promote tourism on an active supposed volcano? And it was a big deal back when. Lots of drawings and paintings and depictions of people wanting to go to the top of Vesuvius. Why did they want to go up here? And you know, just now I had an inspiration that perhaps they tell us the gods came from Mount Vesuvius. Even in the Hopi tradition, the Kachina come from a mountaintop, the highest mountaintop in the area.
Stop it
also
there, please.
Said,
Could you just rewind that back to those little 4 dolls that are just sitting there before that? Guys, I really want to share this with you, and I hope my hubby's in the house because he will back me up on this. Right there, thank you. For about a month, I've been getting two words: blue kachina. Blue kachina. I looked up the word kachina. I couldn't spell it correctly. I did a lot of different spellings and just different ways it could have been. I dropped the blue. I put in just kachina. I couldn't find anything on it, and I was just about to actually make a video to ask you guys to tell me what a kachina was. And this went on for a week and a half, and then lo and behold, I was watching this, and he said a kachina. Now look at the one on the left. It's blue. And it really took my breath away because I had never even heard of the word kachina. I didn't know if it was a place, a mountain, a town. And here it is. And there is your blue kachina. So just keep going from there, please, Messi.
The kachina come from a mountaintop, the highest mountaintop in the area, also said to be a volcano by the academics. And they tell us their gods and everything came from what is now called San Francisco Peak, a beautiful mountain, very
Listen
Vesuvius-like,
carefully.
presently holding a ski mountain in which I used to frequent. And the mountain is called San Francisco Peak because it's said that on a clear day you could see San Francisco. That's what they say. And yet, if there was any curvature to the earth, that would be impossible. But back to the
Stop it
buildings
there.
on Mount Vesuvius.
Thank you. So as you heard John say, that was called San Francisco Peak, right near Mount Vesuvius. And you can see, it's called San Francisco Peak because you can see San Francisco on a clear day. And as he said, that is impossible with curvature. Now, I just want you guys to have a good look at this photo that is there where that we've stopped it. Those two little dots in the doorway are people. Yes, they're people. So why do we have a doorway this big? Just a little bit of food for thought, and we'll continue.
That Jen has shared here. Could these be pockets of preservation? Here a little closer, see the tiny people. Does this look like something that was built for tourists atop Mount Vesuvius? Here again, does this look like new construction? Or perhaps a pocket that has survived? Here, if we look at this old picture of the Tower of Babel, one of my favorites, we can see all kinds of buildings on the outside of the tower. And here, this building looks like the one we were just looking at. Here, again, the same archway, and this actually looks like the old road, the old spiraling road. And you see the buildings just right on the path of the road. Here again, some buildings that they told us they built for tourists. They even built a tram to the top. Again, why so important to go look inside this volcano? And a lot of mind-blowing stuff in Jen's video this week. She was even showing some statues depicted in old drawings inside the crater. Cities and drawings. And one might say, oh, a drawing is just a drawing. And here again you can see smoke coming out of these windows, as if the thing had its own atmosphere inside of it. And all these windows actually acting as vents, letting out the moisture and producing clouds. And here again, a good depiction of that. And of course, I can't say I know, just my thoughts in a moment, and I thought I would share them with you. And how about a little bonus?
Missy, thank you. Thanks, Missy. Okay, so as you could see there, Mount Vesuvius was very, very important in the culture of their demigods, and it just seems very peculiar with that structure on the outside of it and the paintings inside. It, if not the Tower of Babel, some sort of other tower that has been destroyed, because they make all the lies and they tell you that they've built that huge structure that was big enough for a giant to walk into for tourists, which it was built in the 40s. Well, where are the construction pictures? Now, you see, the other thing with Tartaria is nobody can provide construction photos of anything. And what they do provide you with is actual refurbishing photos made to look like demolition. And I've proved that to myself time and time again on my search, on my quest for the truth with this side of the puzzle. Because you see, guys, this is just another part to everything we need to put together to know that our truth, the truth of our reality, because it's all been lies. Not a little bit of it, it's all been lies. And those of you who don't know where we live just yet, who are new to the channel, go to Effed Up World YouTube channel. I'm sure he might be in the house. I haven't been watching the chat at the moment. If someone could just drop Joe's link, and Joe is probably a really good place to start for learning about where we truly live and one of the other big tangled lies we've been told, along with our ancient history with these buildings that were impossible, absolutely impossible to copy today. And they want us to believe their narrative because the victors write the history books, as we know. We all know that. So I hope you've enjoyed that. I've got much more I can bring you in the future, but we have been very, very busy in the last week. And thank you, Joe. Joe's just dropped his link there for all you new people. Could you please go and show him some love and he can teach you, oh boy, a thing or two about our enclosed system. There's 2 links there. There you go. All right. So just before we get started, I want to have a quick prayer over what Growler's going to speak about, because we need the covering of the Holy Spirit as we speak, because we're coming into some really, really bad times in this country. I just found out something before that I'm sure Growler found out too, because I think he did, or I sent it to him, about something else that's happening here now started. We'll keep that short because that's not what this is about tonight, but we will give you a quick update on that. Growler, are you there?
Yes, I am.
How are you, mate?
Oh, mate, no, enjoying your presentation and
All right.
yep.
I wanted to get you in to join me to
Yep.
agree with me in prayer, because where 2 or more are gathered, he is
Absolutely.
here. And everybody, if we could just say a quick prayer over this stream and everybody here. Father in heaven, in the name of your Son, the elect one, I pray to you. Father, I ask for your total guidance. I ask you to give Growler and I only the words that you want us to say, and questions that we need to raise that you can answer, Father. Guide us in all truth and knowledge and wisdom, create in us a pure heart, O Father, and a steadfast spirit to sustain us. Father, we know that the world and everything in it is yours, but we know that we're in a really bad situation at the moment. And I pray the blood of your Son over each and every person listening, that you will protect us, guide our steps, scream at us, please help us in this time. It is a dark hour for the world to be in, and we know that something is coming. And we thank you that we will not fear, because we cannot fear, because, oh, death, where is your sting? Yeshua, you took the sting out of death, and I thank you for that, because I know I don't want to go to hell. And I'd rather receive you on this side and know that I can hold my head up and know that you are my Saviour. So I thank you for your protection over this stream and over every single person and their families and their animals watching this. In Yahushua's name, I pray. So be it. Okay.
All right.
Alrighty.
Thank you for that
Now,
beautiful prayer, sis.
Oh, thank you. I just want everybody to know, if it sounds a lot different tonight, that's because he's not where I am. So, yeah, okay. Over to you, my brother. I'm going to mute.
Hi. Okay, mate. No worries. I've been a mute all my life, so that you're ahead of me.
No,
I'm joking.
you're not a mute. You're alert.
Yes. Do
you know what is alert? What is alert? Does anybody know what alert is? Thank you.
Yes. It's to be awake. It's to be awake.
No, that's alert. That's alert. What's alert?
Okay. I don't know.
All
You
right.
tell me. Yeah.
Good night, Irene.
Oh,
Good night.
yeah, good on you. How's Ramsey Street going? Okay, so you're an idiot, mate. I've got to put up with this, guys. It's just amazing. You know what I mean? You know, I know, I know you guys feel sorry for me. I really do. No, I'm joking. Best sister in the world, best sister that I've ever had. And as you guys are my brothers and sisters, I love you dearly. I just want to quickly say a big hi to ancient Egypt Queen Bronwyn and Mum. We love you very much. We do, and big hi to Fudge. And to Cheyenne, Eric Dunaway, and the beautiful Anne Walsworth. Good to have you in, darling, and thank you for everything you've done. Now, I won't bring it up just in a sec. We've discussed this before, sis, you know, and we've done the last live stream. I think it was last or the second last live stream, as we know that Australia is a test case. And we've talked about the Public Health Act. We've talked about the Biosecurity Act. If you have a look at the fizzer and the fizzer juice, you know, which it says BioNTech, everything's bio. So that's why they bring in the Biosecurity Act, which was the brainchild of the UN back in 2015 when it was amended and then sent out to all nations and countries and whatever else because of this so-called pandemic. Now, it's much easier to start in the rural areas, and you know, if you have a look with the Aboriginals and that sort of thing, they're not stupid people. I can tell you right now. And when the white man came over to Australia, they know the drill because the white man, you know, poisoned them with alcohol and all this sort of stuff and ruined their traditional culture. Now. I did get, and so I want to say thanks to Sister Kathleen because I jumped on a on one of the videos and I saw that and I thought, okay, well that makes sense because as I said 2 live streams ago we did a roundup one, and I had that. No, I mean everyone knows it's coming, but I really had an urgence and a check in my spirit that. As I said, we're the test case. They're going to start with Aboriginal communities. They're going to start with remote communities and all this sort of stuff. In their previous video, if you saw that camp, which is I'll basically call that a holding facility, and then they'll ship you off somewhere else. They're building another one as well. So they built that one. They built another one, Pinkenba Barracks. So I'll go through that in another stream. So I just want to say that first, what they're trying to do is get rid of all the Aboriginal communities. So therefore, the government doesn't have to pay their wages and pay their dole and social security and all that sort of stuff. And plus, it's training, but it's actually started. Now, when they say that they're going to take them to the National Resilience Centre and anywhere else, Howard Springs and wherever they're going to do, they've actually enacted the full Biosecurity Act on Aboriginal communities, which brings in army trucks and the like because they're biosecurity threats, because they're infectious, and I don't have to really go on about it. So it's actually started here, and as I've said to you before, sis, and on different other live streams, that first of all, they will go to the normal quarantine camps. China owns all the ports here in Australia. Then they're going to take them to somewhere else. We don't know, but we just want to try and get out as much as we can because, you know, the families have got to know where these people are going, but obviously they don't because they're hitting the Aboriginal remote community. So I just really wanted to say, yes, it started. And as I've said in other live streams, and I've said to you as well, sis, that you know, 2022 will be a roundup year, and I firmly stand by that. I don't like to put months or timeframes on things because I think that's dangerous. But all I can say is, I'd say within the next 6 to 8 months, it's not going to look good, or maybe by the end of 2022. And quickly, if you have a look what's happening in Austria, they've signed it into law that everyone has to have it by February 2nd. If you have a look at the uprisings and everything, they've actually used live ammo in Netherlands. So there was 7 people injured or shot or something like that. I won't bring that up. It's I'm sure you can find it somewhere on the net. And Germany's going to follow suit. They're going to sign it into law as well. So this is what's coming for us next year as well. So if I can just bring that this article up. Thanks, Miss. Dun, dun, dun. Australian Army hauls 38 citizens to quarantine facility over some positive test cases, because you've got damn well numbnuts, and a lot of them that do get hauled off, not all of them, you know, are all putting their phone up to damn QR codes. You know, it's just insanity, it's just stupidity. And then they wonder why they get picked up. So we'll just quickly read this. The group of 38 identified by health authorities as either positive or close contacts was taken in army trucks to Howard Springs quarantine facility located at the former mining camp near Darwin in northern Australia. Now, Howard Springs is, I'm not sure how secure it is around, because with the photos and all that sort of stuff, they always take out the fences. So I'm not sure how secure it is, but I definitely know that it will be policed by police and some ADF people as well. Whether they're armed, I don't know, but the police are. Darwin, Australia. The Government of Australia, Northern Territory has ordered 38 Australians from a remote Aboriginal town to a quarantine facility. 9 people there are tested positive for CV19. The group of 38 identified by health authorities as either positive cases or close contacts was taken in army trucks to Howard Springs facility located at the former mining camp in Darwin. Cool. So just going. It is highly likely that more residents will be transferred to Howard Springs today, either as positive cases or close contacts, announced Michael Gunner, the Chief Minister of Northern Territory, at a press conference. I mean, Chief Minister is a damn swear word. You know, he's just nothing but a low dog. In the Aboriginal town of Binjari near Katherine in Australia's Northern Territory, 9 people have tested positive for CV. Now, this is what they're doing. They're much easier pickings, these Aboriginals, and their communities are a long way away from, you know, white settlements and all that, so they can afford to do what they want. Well, that's their way of thinking. Both Binjari and neighbouring town of Rochdale are now fully locked down. Residents are not allowed to leave their homes except for emergencies, medical treatment, or if required by law. Now, that hasn't happened here in Australia yet, not required by law. So that's what I'm saying, is they've enacted the full Biosecurity Act. If you want to read that, I think it's about 600 sections and 450 subsections, so it's quite a big read, but it's very eye-opening and you know where you stand. Gunner described Binjari as a low VC community, but said the vaccination status of positive cases has not been confirmed yet. Well, he already hauled them away on trucks. Jeez. He also thanked the Australian Armed Forces for assisting with the transfer of positive cases and the close contacts to the quarantine facility. As I've said in other previous live streams, if you have a look at the Defence Legislation Bill, they can pick up and they can take away anyone that they want, no questions asked. It's that simple. He also thanked the Australian Armed Forces for assisting with the transfer of positive cases and close contacts to the quarantine facility. We are grateful for the support of about 20 ADF, which is Australian Defence Force, personnel, as well as army trucks, to assist with the transfer of positive cases and close contacts and to support the communities. According to the NT's official CV website, there are 2 mandatory supervised quarantine facilities in that part of the country. So that's where they're located. Now, I just want to say that these quarantine facilities are sort of like holding place number 1, okay? So let's say if they say you test positive and they want to test you and you refuse, they're going to give you 14 days. Now, if you say no in those 14 days, they're going to haul you back into another truck or something and take you to a much secure facility, and then it just keeps going on and on from there. So that basically gives them freedom to do whatever they want, and your family won't know what's happening. But I know everyone on this stream know what's coming. I don't have to really go through it, but you can see where this is going. So it's already started. So they're picking on the Aboriginal communities and to to no doubt, I would say, next year. They will just keep going harder and harder. So I just quickly wanted to bring that to you and just tell you guys what's happening here in Australia. And like I said, you know, it's going to be Roundup for anyone who doesn't eat those mouldy oranges by sometime next year. That's the time frame I'll put on it, and I'm not going to be specific, but it's within that year time frame, being gracious. So I thought I'd just bring that to you.
Excuse me.
Yeah. No, absolutely. You are excused. I'm never excused. That's all right. So now the other thing I wanted to bring to you guys today, and I found very significant, as I've said, Charlie from COP26, basically when he announced the AC, but he didn't say the name, but he's playing a massive role. Look, I call him Captain Herbie. So that's what I mean by Prince Charles. He's not a prince. I don't even like his name. We know who he is and what bloodline he's from. As I've said, and I'll say it again, the papacy is the spiritual home of the Antichrist. You know, that they're bringing in the climate change, they brought in the pandemic, they've brought in everything. The UK, the papacy is under the UK, under the royals and everything. That's where they've put the financial sector. The military side of this, I call it, what is it, the unholy trinity. So you've got the papacy, you've got the financial sector, and you've got America as the military centre. So that's how they disperse things and get what they want. Now, Prince Charles, that we know, is a very big speaker at World Economic Forum. He was basically the poster boy for the papacy, for the climate change, and we know that what he was talking about, it was pretty well the Antichrist, and I really stand by that. But we don't have a name. Some people say it's the Rothschilds and that sort of thing. The Rothschilds, I can tell you, they're the papacy's accountants, and they are guardians of the Vatican's treasure. Now, the Rothschilds are worth $500 trillion. That's what the papacy pays these people. So can you imagine how much money the papacy has and how much control? So I'll leave that with you there. Now, Captain Herbs has flown over to Jordan, and thought, oh, this will be interesting. Then he went to Egypt. Okay, so now this is real prophetic. You know, it really is. So if you see what he's doing with your Mother Earth Gaia paganism worship, and you know, advocating the transition to the green economy, and you know, everything else that the papacy tells him to do, and then he goes over to Jordan, and then he goes over to Egypt, okay, straight after COP26. And as I said, I'll just remind you guys that COP26 started on Halloween on the 31st, finished on the 12th of November, so that was your 13 days. So it's a massive ritual. It really is. You know, so you can see how these people, how they're walking and talking, and well, I can tell you, you know, that, you know, I mean, as they appear to 98% of the masses, oh, going over to Jordan, oh, going to Egypt, oh, cares about the you know, the creation and all the green crap and all the other crap that is fused. But it's all very plain and simple to people that are awake and alert, sister. So
that's right.
So what I wanted, I'm just really trying to consolidate it and just point out a few things because as John the Baptist prepared the way for Jesus, what's his name? Kirby's sort of like playing the papacy's role, because they sort of like want to stay out of it a little bit so it doesn't become too obvious. So Captain Herbs is basically doing the rounds, and he's the foot soldier for the papacy. So because, as I said, the financial sector and putting trillions of dollars into his hand, UK is the financial sector of the papacy. Throw in the Bank for International Settlements and all the other central banks, they're all in it together. So it just goes on and on. So what's his name? Captain Herbs went over to Qais. Now, Qais is a very strategic military and strategic and economic trade route based in northern Jordan. Now, you guys are just going to go, oh yeah, I know. You know, you can see where it's going. Now, the thing is, I'll just tell you first of all where he went. He went to the baptism site of Jesus. Okay, him and Camilla.
What?
Yeah, they and yeah, they went.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm gobsmacked. I'm gobsmacked. Okay.
Okay, so they went to the baptism site of Jesus. I've got a video for that, and they went to the ancient ruins of the temple there in Qais. Now that I'll read through it, but it's got a Hellenistic and Roman background. It's called a basilica. So we all know about Greek mythology. We all know about Roman mythology and that sort of stuff. So you, like I said, you throw in your climate change crap, and then he goes on to Egypt, you know, and I mean, there's not much more to say about that. So now, I just want to quickly say, now this blew me away when I found it. It's in the video, but I'm not going to. The video will be. You can watch the whole video, and it'll be in the links. What they do for their christenings, for the royals' christenings of their children and whoever else, they get water flown over from the River Jordan where Jesus got baptized. Then they fly it back to the UK, and then it gets blessed by a Catholic priest.
Oh,
for Christmas.
Whoa. Okay.
Okay. So these are the people you're dealing with here. Okay. So as above, so below, and everything that they do is just anti, you know, and so many people don't see this. This is my job to uncover these pricks, plain and simple. You know, that's just the way it is, you know, because there's just too many people in a coma. So I'm not talking about anyone here in the chat, but, you know, because they all get their microwave TV dinners and watch Channel 7 and Sky News and all that sort of crap. You know, that's what corrupts them, and that's why they all fall. You know, because they're not, their head's not on a swivel. So I'm just going to quickly go through a bit of Qais and Qais, sorry, and then I'm going to hit a Bible verse. I've got 20 verses here that from chapter 1 through to 20. So you'll start to build a bigger picture here. So Qais, okay, so is a town in northern Jordan, principally known for its proximity to the ruins of ancient Gadara. Okay, that's in the Bible. It is the largest city in. Can we just make that a little bit bigger? Thanks, Miss. Sorry, mate. Oh, thanks, mate. It's the largest city of Bani Kanana Department in and Irbid Governorate. So it's in the town of Irbid. Okay, that's the northern part of Jordan here, in the extreme northwest of the country, near Jordan's borders with Israel and Syria. Today, the site is divided into three main areas: the archaeological site Gadara, the traditional village Qais, and the modern town of Qais. Okay, so go on. Now this is the location. So you got a little map there, and you can see it's quite, it's very strategic to 3 or 4 different countries. So that's why it was so popular, military, strategic, and trade route wise. Qais is located 28 k's north of Irbid and 120 k's north of Amman. And by the way, they've got 4 strong cities in Amman, in Jordan as well. So I'll just put that in the back of your head. It expanded from the ruins of ancient Gadara, which are located on a ridge 378 meters above sea level, overlooking the Sea of Tiberias, the Golan Heights, Yarmouk River Gorge. Strategically central and located close to multiple water sources, Qais has historically attracted a high level of interest. Now, with Qais here on your, just at the top here, you can actually look over to the Sea of Galilee. So it's got a view of Sea of Galilee, and on a clear day, you can see Mount Hermon. So it's just another little thing to look at. So the antiquity, so I'll just quickly go through this here. Gadara was a center of Greek culture in the region during the Hellenistic and Roman periods. The oldest archaeological evidence at Qais extends back to the second half of the 3rd century BC, and the site appears to be founded as a military colony by Alexander the Great, Macedonian Greeks. However, the site's names, Gadara, is not Greek in origin, but rather a Greek version of a local Semitic name meaning fortifications or fortified city, suggesting the military colony was founded on a pre-existing fortified site. Okay, so here it says located on the boundary between Seleucid and Ptolemaic, I think it is, if I might have got that wrong, territory as a city was strategically important and was repeatedly the focus of military conquests through succession of Syrian wars between 274 and 188 BC. So it's very interesting to study those wars, and you get to start. I haven't fully gone into it, I just quickly went into it, and I'll have to go back over it again, but then you understand the strategic, military, and spiritual actually most important part of this area. The city's military importance during this period was noted by the Greek historian Polybus, describing it in 218 BC as a fortress and the strongest of all places in the region. So if we just keep going down there, mate, sorry about that. Thanks. Okay, so I won't read this bit here, but I'll read this bit here. So just have a look at the numbers here. I find it quite interesting. In 63 BCE, Roman general Pompey conquered the region. Gadara was built, and it became a member of the semi-autonomous Roman Decapolis. Now, if you're looking at the Decapolis, it's very interesting. 33 years later, Augustus attached it to the Jewish kingdom of his ally Herod. After King Herod's death in 4 BCE, Gadara became part of the Roman province of Syria. So as you can see, Charles is working for the papacy, and going back to their roots here, let's say having a look at first of all the Greek, then transferring over to the Roman era, Augustus, and the Roman province, Syria province becoming part of Rome. So you can see what's happening here. If we just go down a little bit more, mate, so a bit more, just there. Don't worry about the early Islamic or Ottoman period. We'll just keep going down. I don't want to keep reading. It's all in there. But the modern period here I find quite interesting. In 1920, Madafa and Hosh, courtyard of Hajj Muhammad al-Rozen's house in Qais, hosted a conference of Arab leaders from across the Middle East to draw up a treaty in response to the British and French plan to divide the region following the end of the British and French mandates. The village school was opened in 1922, King Abdullah of Jordan making it the third oldest school in Jordan after those in Salt and Kerry. So by 1961, the population of Qais was 1,196 inhabitants in 1961. So have a look at those numbers. 1961, you basically got 1,196. So I find that interesting. And I'm not trying to make a link here, but it's interesting. If we just go into oh no, I'll actually read that part. I'm sorry. Yeah. During the 1967 Arab-Israeli War, Qais strategic location put it on the front of a line of conflict again. Heavy shelling from the Golan Heights and aircraft bombing damaged both the village and the ancient city. Now, the underground Roman mausoleum below the 5 Azel Basilica in the west of the ancient was discovered by accident by the Jordanian army, and a large intact underground chamber was used as a temporary field hospital during the conflict. So they found a Roman mausoleum and a 5 Azel Basilica. So we all know about St. Peter's Basilica back in Rome. So you can start to see little connections here, and that's why Captain Herbs is going over there. So preservation efforts. No, I don't need to know that. If we can just go down a bit more. Right. Now, tourism. This is interesting. Many visitors come to Qais on day trips from the capital Amman, roughly 110 k's, extensive ruins to enjoy its panoramic views. The Sea of Galilee and Tiberias, Israel, are visible, and just across the valley of the Yarmouk River is the southern end of the Golan Heights, Syria. Under Israeli occupation since the Six-Day War in 67, Mount Hermon, bordering Lebanon, is visible in the distance on clear days. So what he's trying to, he's visiting this site which has got a lot of history and a lot of biblical history, and so therefore it's a strategic military trade and biblical side is very, very important. You can see the Mount Hermon, Sea of Galilee. So you can see what he's trying to do. He's trying to claim it, not claim it as his own, but he's up there thinking that he's basically King Jesus and all that sort of stuff. So we'll just go into the next one there, mate. Sorry, everything else is quick, but I just wanted to give you guys just a brief overview, because when I play the videos, it'll all start to match up. So Gadara. Gadara was an ancient Hellenistic city for a long time, member of Decapolis, very important, go into that. I won't go into it, I'll let you guys do that. City League of former bishopric and present Latin Catholic titular see, or titular see, whatever you want to call it. Its ruins are today located in Umm Qais, a small town, that's we've already gone through that. Let me just go down a little bit more, mate. Sorry about that. We've already gone through the history. Now, I just want to read just a paragraph here so you can start to see the words and letters and all that sort of thing. By 3rd century BC, the town was already of some cultural importance. It was the birthplace of the satirist Menippus, I think it is. Menippus, yes. 3rd century BC, a slave who became a cynic philosopher and was it the follies of mankind in a mixture of prose and verse. His works have not survived, but were initiated by Varro and Lucian. Okay, so you can, all these poets we've talked about metamorphosis and all that sort of thing. So all that ties in with that. So I'm just going to leave that the way it is. So I'm going to leave that in the description box, guys. Now there's a Bible verse. This is in, I've tried to just match it up here. Okay, so I'm reading from Mark chapter 5, verse 1. So this is where Captain Herbie actually did a tour of. So I find this very, very fitting. Then they came to this is from the Bible now, Mark chapter 5, verse 1 through to 20. Then they came to the other side of the sea, to the country of the Gadarenes. And when he had come out of, sorry guys, I'll just get a bit more light here. I'm half blind, excuse me. Out of the boat, immediately there met him out of the tombs a man with an unclean spirit, who had his dwelling among the tombs, and no one could bind him, not even the chains, because he had often been bound with shackles and chains, and the chains had been pulled apart by him, and the shackles broken in pieces. Neither could anyone tame him. And always night and day he was in the mountains and in the tombs, crying out and cutting himself with stones. When he saw Jesus from afar, he ran and worshipped him. And he cried out with a loud voice and said, What have I to do with you, Jesus, Son of the Most High God? I implore you by God that you do not torment me. For he said, Come to him. Come out of the man, unclean spirit. Jesus is casting out the unclean spirit. Then he asked him, What is your name? And he answered, saying, My name is Legion, for we are many. Also he begged him earnestly that he would not send them out into the country. Now a large herd of swine was feeding there near the mountains. So all the demons begged him, saying, Send us to the swine, that we may enter them. At once, Jesus gave them permission. I love that bit. I just love that bit because
he gave them permission.
He gave them permission. How's that for authority? How's that? I mean, the demons just ask him for permission, and Jesus gave him permission. How's that for power? That just smashes everything. Then the unclean spirits went out and entered the swine. There were about 2,000, and the herd ran violently down the steep place into the sea and drowned into the sea. So I won't read any more of that, but that happened. That happened in Gadara. Okay, that happened where Captain Herbie is doing his tour. Okay.
Okay.
So this is why I see the significance in this, and as I'll show you a video of where he went. He even visited because John the Baptist, he had a cave there in Gadara. That's where John the Baptist was, because he baptized Jesus in the River Jordan. Now, Captain Herbie actually went to John the Baptist's home in the cave and sat there and whatever he did there, I don't know,
What?
but he visited John the Baptist cave there. Okay.
What? Oh
Yep.
dear, this is
So
this is bad.
so
I didn't know any of this. Okay.
Yep. We're going from COP26 and going to
Oh,
Jordan. You see what he's doing, and then he goes over to Egypt. Okay. So I'm just
okay.
trying to link up what we're. I'm just trying to link up from the last 2 or 3 live streams so you can see what Herbs is actually all about. You know.
Okay.
So if we bring up the next one, thanks, Messi. Okay, so just before we do, sorry. This is the one in Egypt. Yeah, typical me, I stuffed up. Can we play the next one there, buddy? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, mate. I'm so sorry. That's my fault. That's my fault. So this is where Captain Herbs
Where he
toured
says
in
it.
Jordan. Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay.
Not where he says it. I think there's 2. So here we are.
Ew.
Where Jesus was baptized.
Maybe move those thumbnails, Messy, if you can. It looks like it's going to say stuff there. Cool. Oh, these Luciferian mothers. Oh my gosh. It's just mocking.
So here's at Elijah's Hill, and that's where John the Baptist lived. Yeah. I mean, have a look at Camilla. It's a damn Rothschilds on crack.
Oh, I know. What is it?
Yeah, I don't know. Some fossilized thing.
Yeah, but you look at normal people their age, they're still sprightlier because of what they do, what they consume. They are fallen.
Oh, absolutely.
You're looking at the fallen themselves.
For your incredibly kind and generous book. It is
Yeah, just look at his facial expressions. Just watch it.
Yep.
Just watch.
19 months late. So I do apologise, but we should have been here last March. But if I may say so, the fact that we can come now is hugely encouraging. Because we've been, all of us, most concerned about all our friends in Jordan throughout the Middle East, throughout this appalling pandemic.
Ew.
Just
oh, gross.
Yep.
Dude.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, boy, my blood's boiling. I'm feeling really antsy.
So, yeah, that's fine. So if we, and then he goes on to Egypt. So if we just cut it there. So as you can see, when he went to Jordan, he actually stood on the mountain where Jesus walked up and cast the demons out of the man. And that's when they ran down that hill into the lake. So he actually stood on top of that hill as well. So it's very, very significant what he's doing here. And a lot of people don't pick that up. And so he's a John the Baptist. And like I said earlier, that, you know, they get this water transported from the exact site where Jesus was baptized, and they get the some demonic Catholic thing, whatever it is, bishop. Now, I'm not talking about normal Catholic people here. I'm talking about the hierarchy. So, and then they bless that water. I mean, you know, and we know it's not blessed. I can tell you what, they're turning it into demonic acid. Basically, that's what they're doing.
I was watching a thing where these people were blessing the water. Was that you and me when I was up there? Or was that me and Messi? I think it might have been me and Messi. They were blessing this water, and it was turning the water demonic because some people could touch the water and walk on, but then others would just manifest and go crazy. So it was Kundalini, spiritual. Laola. Spiritual exercises. It goes back to that. So the blessed water is the cursed water. That's right.
Yeah. So That's what I wanted to I mean, I could go on more about the Jordanian visit and that sort of thing, but as I said, in this channel really promotes that, you know, it's always very beneficial to do your own study, because you guys might come up with something that I haven't come up with, so we can both feed off each other, which is good. Now I'm going to the next one. I'm sorry about that, Messi. Yeah, bring up the Egypt one, but we won't play it yet. Just quickly, there's just a few things when he talks about the Egyptians and how they built the pyramids and all this sort of stuff. And everyone on this channel knows it was the Nephilim giants and whatever else. We know that but they were using sort of like free energy to do it. But I mean, normal people can't lift these blocks, and that's pretty well set in stone. As a funny thing to say, but yes, yep. So you know, we know the Israelites were used as slaves for serving and building other things, and we know that the pyramids couldn't have been built by men anyway. But as we talk about free energy, and you have a look at what the pyramids were. I haven't gone too into it. Vernon Daniels is pretty good with that, and hope you're going well, Vernie, and your haircut and your beard trim, you know, it makes you look like an awesome rabbi now, mate. So I'll be asking advice off you. He's going to talk to this. We always have this joke about it. So what I'm trying to say is all these pyramids were using free energy, okay? And this is with climate change. It's sort of like pushing this and pushing that, but I think it's more about free energy. That's what I'm starting to come around it, but I could be wrong. Who knows? So there's a few things that I'll be. This is a 43-minute video, but we're only going to play about 5 minutes and just different points. So I'm going to go back to what he did in COP26 and what he did in Jordan, and then you can see what I'm trying to get at here. So if we just go through the press play, mate, that'd be good.
Yeah, it was hot and it was hot. Yeah.
There was also the classic tree planting. I don't know if you saw him do this, but Prince Charles planted a tree
with one shovel full of...
Case, always 3
So if we stop there,
shovels. And
so this is at Qais. This is at Qais. So he's planting an olive tree. So you can see the blasphemy happening here. You know, planting, throwing his shovel of dirt on an olive tree at that temple. So he's gone to John the Baptist, he's gone to this place, he's gone all this sort of stuff. Now he's planting an olive tree, you know. So these are the things, these are the little things you got to look at, and I really find it beneficial, so you know where we are on the timeline, and we're very, very close. So if we just keep playing. Thanks, mate.
And always the little pat and the good luck tree. I don't know if you saw it.
He always, did you know this fact about Prince Charles? He always touches a tree.
Good luck tree.
Every time he plants one that says good luck tree. It's become kind of tradition now. That's what he does, which is quite endearing in a way. He cares about every living organism on the planet.
Wishes it good luck on its
I think the
journey.
one thing we learned is that he always does 3 turns of the shovel.
Because someone tried to stop him after 2, and I had always 3.
3 turns.
So while you're here, should we whiz forward to Egypt? Because I've seen the pyramids before.
I have seen the pyramids, but from a distance. So 2011, I was here, so 10 years ago for the revolution, and things were pretty difficult.
Can we just go to timestamp 23? Just go to 23, mate. Sorry about that. Yeah, as close as you can get to it. That's fine. Thanks, mate.
So this is
So
Charles and
here he
Camilla
is,
moving from Jordan
Egyptian
on their plane,
pyramids,
sustainable aviation fuel,
communicating
in Cairo
with his fallen gods.
Then the few events in Cairo that they did, the mosque, for example, we can talk about the mosque in a minute.
So if we just press pause, sorry. As you can see, as they came out, you had that same imam that signed the Human Fraternity Pact and signed the One World Religion back in Abu Dhabi back in 2017 with Francis. So what's he doing with Prince Charles walking out of a pyramid? So, you know, it's just little things like this, you know, and you can really start building a picture. Okay, so, and, you know, people said, new religion's going to be their Gaia worship, all that sort of stuff. But we all know it's got a very hard Islamic root to it. Hence why they're going to lob off people's head in the real end days. So if we can just quickly go to 2718, mate, that'd be good. And I'm just going to pick up something here for you.
Now it's time for Egypt to take the baton in the fight against climate change and lead the world into this COP27 summit, which is next November, and everyone's looking to Egypt to try and step up to the plate.
As incoming and outgoing presidents of the UN Climate Summit COP, I hope it is more now apparent that we have to be the custodians of a truth our ancestors understood so well.
Stop there.
We are.
I can see something straight away wrong with this guy. He's copped his yearly hiding in his face. He's copped his belting from Lucifer, probably Lucifer himself, because it's getting so close to them having to submit their whole everything that they've got to him now too, because they're going to lose some of their freedoms as well, you see.
Oh yeah,
and look at that shiner.
Yeah,
Look at that
that's right.
shiner on him there. Yeah, so sorry, mate. I just thought I'd bring that up.
So as I was saying, he said, we are the custodians. Okay, so you know, I don't like to look at because I'll go through it 3 or 4 times to see if it's actually relevant to what he's saying. Now he said custodians. We have to be custodians. Okay, and we've got to do what our ancestors have done in the past. Now everything goes back to Egypt, everything goes back to fallen, and then Egypt transferred itself to Rome. Okay, as you see in the Vatican, he's Captain Herbs is you know, the foot soldier for all this sort of stuff. And all I can say is they want to go back. They've been the custodians. He's trying to say, because we know Charles is fallen, he is going back to say we are the custodians, and we have to embrace what our ancestors, he called them ancestors, so we have to embrace what our ancestors did. So he's talking about the fallen here, and people think it's about the human race. It's not. It's about the fallen, because Egypt's going to come back again through Rome, all this sort of stuff, as in the days of Noah, so shall it be coming in the, you know, when Jesus comes back. So this is just little things. I won't, that's the last I'll play of that. But yeah, I mean, you've got to go through a few things and refer it back into a biblical way, because these guys are antichrist. These guys are working totally against the system. So you've got to understand how these people are talking. So talking about their ancestors, which are fallen. And I've said this 1,000 times, they worship Isis, Horus, Set. And everyone else, and that's what the Jesuit order. That's their main logo, you know, with IHS, Isis, Horus, Set. So it's the same sort of thing. So it's all linked. It's all linked. So I just wanted to quickly bring that to you today. I urge you guys to really go into depth about his Jordanian visit and what he did over in Egypt. So it's sort of like such a mockery of what he did in Jordan, and then he goes to his bosses over in Egypt in the pyramids. So everything from COP, everything from the Vatican, everything from Jordan, everything from Egypt. So you can start to build a much bigger picture here. And as I've said, they say the Great Reset. I don't call it the Great Reset. Well, they call it their Great Reset, but it's actually the Great Tribulation. That's what it is. Their reset is the Great Tribulation. That's what they're trying to tell you. So it's it's reading between the lines, and make sure you're guided by the Spirit, the Holy Spirit at all times.
Well, that's what Super Flurf just said. They say exactly what they're doing, and if you misinterpret it, then that's your fault. And that's yes, his people perish for lack of knowledge. Yes, so that's very true.
Exactly right. So that's what I wanted to bring to you guys today. So I wanted to match a Bible verse to where Herbs was. You know, everything is just, you know, it's just very, very prophetic. And I mean, I think Herbs is actually just a foot soldier, but he's a very important one. Okay, he's working for the papacy, and we know that Francis basically is the false prophet of Revelation, and he's doing a lot of work for them. And so I just wanted to present that to you today. So
Well,
hopefully you got something out of that. Yep.
You have one more from GTV.
Yes, I do. And I just want to, this is totally unrelated. So this is from the Bogan from Hell. That's what I call her. I've got no worries about calling her that. It just goes to show how the rhetoric is actually coming up in Australian Parliament and all this sort of stuff, and how they're talking. And as we said, Sis, I'm sure you saw the Michael Gunner one as from the NT as well from yesterday.
Oh, yes, I did this morning.
Mm-hmm. So they're really starting to talk hard, and they're really starting to go hard, and it's just going to get worse and worse every month. Like I said, 2022 will not be a very good year. So what I want to do is just listen to the language of this. You know, these are your so-called politicians, and this is what we have to put up with.
You have a look at this clip. You are not being discriminated against.
Oh, Jackie.
You choose to do something that puts other people's lives at risk. And you will be accountable, you will be held accountable for that choice. It is that simple. That's what we're talking about here. People who don't get the vaccine are making a choice. You have a choice. We all have choices to make. We all get a choice. You're making a choice that means you're more likely to get COVID, and you're more likely to spread it to someone else. And that is your choice. It is your right. I want to make that clear. And I support that choice. I'm just checking with. This bill says that the freedom of unvaccinated is more important than the freedom of the vaccinated. Really? I don't think so. Not on my watch. Here's the thing. Being held accountable for your own actions isn't called discrimination. It's called being, you wouldn't believe it, a goddamn bloody adult. That's right, as being an adult. It's putting others before yourself. And that's what this country's supposed to be about. That is why they're doing it. One Nation is the champion for the right for unvaccinated. I don't think so. It's not going to happen under my watch, and I doubt very much if it's going to happen under Premier Gutwin's watch. We're not going to stand for it.
Sicko. The
way out of lockdowns and restrictions is vaccinations, because there is nothing else on the table. Let's be honest about that. It's the only weapon we have. That's what we need to do. Sometimes sacrifices have to be made. This bill flies in the face of all of that, and that's why I absolutely oppose every bit of it.
Oh,
so, as you can see, okay, so stop there.
Wow, yep. She was very passionate. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I think she's actually dived into her son's meth.
Yeah,
pipes and that
something's
sort of
going on, dude. Yeah.
It just goes to show that it's moving from one level to the next.
To drugs. I would turn to drugs too if she was my mum. Lily said.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you this is just one of Australia's biggest bogans on crack. That's the way it is. You know, if have a look at it, have a look at the Botox, have a look at. I mean, she actually used to serve with the Australian Defence Force in the Army Reserve.
Yes.
I mean, she's a bloody good salesman for Big Pharma, and basically reading people their horoscopes. You know.
Well, so, listen, what was old mate Pauline doing there? Is she opposing it? Is she not on Lambie's side?
No, she's not on Lambie. No. See, Pauline's just controlled opposition, mate. You don't.
Oh no, I know that.
Yeah.
Oh no. So, I know that, but I was just wondering what controlled opposition she was coming from. Then, what was her standpoint? That's why she was smirking. That's why she was smirking at her.
Yeah, right. She's just trying to be for the public. All these, we shouldn't have mandates. We shouldn't have that sort of stuff. We shouldn't have that. I mean, you don't think Moderna's going to come down with a laser-guided weapon and take out a house? Of course he would. If she didn't toe the line, that's just the way it is. You know, you don't stuff with these people. You know, they run everything, and it says in the Bible that the great men of the great men of the earth, the merchants of the earth, they're all big pharma. They're all tied into the military industrial complex. Same with big pharma, so they've all melded in together. So you can't beat people like that, mate. Obviously, if it's just all theatre, it's all staged, that sort of thing. I mean, if you're going to oppose these mandates, and you see UAP Party and Ricardo Bossi and all that, they're just paid shills. They're just controlled opposition. I mean, if they were really serious about opposing it, they'd just get either that, they'll get a tap on their shoulder while they're asleep at 2 o'clock in the morning. They'd see Mr. 9 Mil, basically pointed into their mouth, and they'll say, you will be reading from the script. You want to play around, we'll take your family off you. That's how these people operate. It's just plain and simple. So, when people say, vote this and vote that, everyone's still looking to man. They still haven't learnt their lesson. They're looking for some politician to save them. Now, no politician can save you. Your money can't save you. Your house can't save you. The only one that can save you is the blood of Jesus Christ. Put all your faith in him. That is your only answer. It is that simple. And people are still running to this side and this side, this side. It just blows me away when I think, haven't they run to Jesus yet? Haven't they run to the King yet? I mean, how much? 2 years of this crap, and they're still running from side to side. Wow, that just blows me away. Yeah, I could really go on, but I won't.
Thankfully, a lot more are waking up. I mean, there are people that we are having this last push for the grace period to be not to be taken advantage of, but for people to come in. Well, we've still got the grace, because once that ship sails, it is gone either way. Whichever way it goes, that ship is going to sail, and that ark will take off that mountaintop. So it's just, we are at the convergence, what it talked about in the book of Daniel. At the end of time, knowledge will increase. They will seek knowledge, run to and fro, and this is we don't even have to run to and fro to seek knowledge anymore. We're literally doing it from our homes. And this, I just wanted to say, I was watching Aya's old channel, or it might have been EYA Uncensored, so Aya Uncensored, and it was from 2016, guys, when these Bible changes that she was saying. So this was a 5-year-old stream I was listening to, and there were elements of the changes that it was, this stream that she picked. It was about an hour long, and there were the elements in the changes that she was pointing out was all leading towards the different agendas. So she was matching up a Bible change with an agenda, and she was listing the agendas back then before we even knew what they were. And you know what the big one she could see in 2016 that she saw with the words changing was climate change. That was the one that she could really see why they were pushing, and the LGBTQVZAB, that one. I love trees too. So that was, we're talking 2016, when a lot of this information we're speaking about now, hidden occult information, or the only thing the word occult means is hidden, that this information, a lot of what we're talking about wasn't available in 2016. Yet this is manifested out of the Bible changes. It's been correct. So, I mean, that's really interesting if anybody wants to look into, the Mandela effect, and try and debunk it. We all need to try to debunk it, but it's not possible anymore. It's just not possible to debunk it, because not only has it changed, but they've changed it in a way that it is there's much bowing. There's a lot of bowing going on now in the Bible that never was, only to the Holy Father. All this bowing in front of men. They bow in front of buildings. You bow in front of your house. Or they're saluting, and they're saluting everybody. Now, also, just before I forget, I wanted to tell you guys, can you guys tell me what Revelation 22:20 says? Now, think about it. 22:20, okay? What is that? That is 2022, isn't it? Now, the book of Revelation only has 22 chapters and 21 verses. 21. Now, nobody told me this. This only came to me the other day, and I'm sure a lot of you may have thought it because it's quite simple, but it was just one of those light bulb moments the Holy Spirit gave me personally, which was Revelation 22, verse 20, when this all started. He who testifies to these things says, surely I am coming soon. But if you turn that Revelation 22:20 around, you get 2022. And it says, surely I am coming soon. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. And even so, if you go to Revelation 22:21, which is the year we're in, that is the very last verse in the Bible. The grace of the Lord Jesus be with you all. Amen. Okay? I just thought that was just a small revelation to me, but it meant an awful lot because it means that we don't have long. And like you, Jamie, and I were talking about, we can throw all our timelines out the window now. All of them, all of us. It doesn't matter if you think it's going to happen like this or like this or like that. I tell you what, it probably won't happen like any of us have thought anyway. Okay? We've already seen that the book of Revelation can be interpreted wrong. We've already seen that, but we need a physical interpretation and a spiritual interpretation, and a physical manifestation of the event and a spiritual manifestation of the event. There has to be the two. There can't be the one without the other. And you know that so whatever way this is going, I look at it this way. When this all started in 2020, I remember we were only a couple of months into this, and I'm thinking, wow, this is really heavy, you know, as we all were. But I'm thinking, no, it'll be all right. If things can, this is repairable. But when I saw people taking this monkey juice and when we all realized what the monkey juice was, even though as soon as it broke, we knew it was bad, then you realize, hang on, now, no matter what, all of these people that have had it, guys, what's going to happen? Well, at best, we hope that they die peacefully and quickly, because the outcome will not be good either way. Now, how long is that going to take? Well, this is what really woke me up to the timeline of reality. It's not scientific or anything. It was just like Yeshua's going, well, you're going to have most of the world's population dead within the next 3 years, so I think you can work it out. And that's what I heard. That's what I know. I know, and we've been saying this for quite some time, and the three of us plus others on this channel I've spoken to personally have all gotten in our spirit that this was the last year of anything normal, of any freedom. Next year's roundup, next year is the time. If the tribulation hasn't started, correct me, then it starts next year. If it doesn't start next year, then it probably started in 2020. It doesn't matter anymore. That is not what the situation is here. The issue is, and the situation is, we need those who really still can come through the door. We've got to drag them in, guys. We've got to snatch them from this fire. That's all we can do. It's all we're meant to do. It's all we're meant to do. We're not meant to, don't worry about those out there now. The days of preaching out there, I believe, are over. There are a few chosen ones who are meant to go out there. They are, but they're very strong. They're very strong, and they will be called, and that will be their mission. But our mission, let's just concentrate on those ones that are left around us that we can still snatch out of the fire. And all of you channel content creator makers, guys, we're doing our best, I guess, and we just pray as a content maker, pray that the Father leads people to your channel, but most of all pray that we're giving the people the right information, because we ourselves will be held accountable. My soul is clear because I know I've never come on here to deceive or manipulate the world through my eyes or my view. It's always been through a scriptural view. But it's full of it now, and the new people that are coming up and trying to find the real information, now I do feel sorry for them. That's where they need someone like us personally in their life, because they're the only ones that can snatch them out of the fire that is about to engulf the earth. And if you guys go and look at your ancient civilizations' melted buildings, Just look up melted buildings. This has all happened before. The earth has been destroyed by fire. Oh, yes, very seriously. And it doesn't take very long to research it. And so we've come around again. And like I said, if there's been the 1,000 years taken on, put on, means we're in 4,872, which means that we're coming up to the 5th generation. That's right. 5G, whiz. Got to be careful with that one too. That one can get you struck as well, just saying that. So if you're getting hassled on your channels, you're over the target. If you're getting struck, you're over the target. I see that Joe Hill's got a new channel. He's over the target. They've obviously cancelled Effed Up World. And he's got Effed Up World 2 now. So, I mean, just to know that it's that close and just all you can do is pray for them. We've found through talking to people, I think the more sometimes we talk to them, the more we confuse them. We just need to pray for them with all sincerity of heart. It's the only thing I can think of, because my friend, one of my very old friends and I were talking the other day, and she said, well, I wish the best for you in that way. And I went, yeah, okay, mate, I'll see you later. And then she said, no, wait, what am I doing? She said, I'm not going to wish for you. I'm going to pray for you. I'm going to pray with you, and we're going to agree together. And I went, oh, yeah, of course. You know, why didn't I think of that? So she led me into a prayer that it was something very, very specific, guys, a very specific prayer. And within 48 hours, that prayer was answered. And it was the biggest prayer, the biggest question and the biggest pressing issue that we'd had about all this end time stuff, and just personal issues and how we were going to be saved from where we are. And the answer come 48 hours after we prayed. So we can't just wish that things are going to be okay for these people. Wishing is a thing of the occult. It's just like, good luck. Yeah, I wish you well. We don't wish or wish luck on those we love. We sincerely ask the Father to help those that we love. And it doesn't matter what it takes. It's going to be a struggle, but we've all gotten this far. Look, we've all gotten further, I believe, than what we need to go again. And you guys who, you know, us 2017, 2018 are babies, you know what I'm talking about. So we don't have to prevail for quite as long. But just the same, it's going to be tough. And we can do it, because I was looking in the Book of Enoch. I know, how long have we been going, guys? 128. Are you guys all right for me just to rattle on for a little bit more? Give me a thumbs up if you want me to keep going. I do have something I want to read out of the Book of Enoch. Who wants to hear the Book of Enoch? Put your hand up, please. Everybody in class who wants to hear the Book of Enoch, put your hand up, because I found something. Yeah, here we go. I found something amazing in this. Okay, guys, this is exciting. Wow. This is what your walk, your salvation is all about when you get these absolute gems. Everybody, thank you for the thumbs up. I will definitely read this.
Now you started it.
Now I've started them. They're going off. I know. No, it's wonderful. That's what gathering is, you know.
That's right.
That's what a gathering is. Now, for those of you who don't know the Book of Enoch, it was found in the Dead Sea Scrolls in Ethiopia in the 40s. So it isn't a new book to come out, but it is actually the oldest of them all, because Enoch was Noah's grandfather. So there we go. So that's just a quick rundown on the there. No, that's okay. Valerie Jarrett is pure evil. Okay, so we have the Book of Enoch, chapter. Oh, I'm trying to do the Roman numeral thing again. I didn't get that prepared. 39. There you go. That's not a hard one. Chapter 39. Now, I might interject while I'm reading this, because I'd like us to break it down a little bit, okay? And you help me here, Growler, with what you think, okay?
Okay.
Okay. In those days, the elect and holy race descend from the upper heavens, and their seed shall be with the sons of men. Okay, that is not the fallen. That is not the fallen that Enoch's talking about. In those days shall the elect and holy race descend from the upper heavens, and their seed shall be with the sons of men. Enoch received books of indignation and wrath, and books of hurry and agitation. I found that very interesting. And books of hurry and agitation. I understand indignation and wrath as well. Okay, here we go. This is not good. Never shall they obtain mercy, saith the Lord of Spirits. Now, don't get thrown off with the Book of Enoch saying the Lord of Spirits, because the Father is the Lord of all spirits. He is the Lord of all. He's the Lord of everything. And there is spirits, and he is the Lord of them. So never shall they obtain mercy, saith the Lord of Spirits. A cloud then snatched me up, and the wind raised me above the surface of the earth, placing me at the extremity of the heavens. There I saw another vision. I saw the habitations of the saints. There my eyes beheld the habitations with the angels, and their couches with the holy ones. They were entreating, supplicating, and praying for the sons of men. This is us. This is what they're doing for us. They are entreating, supplicating, and praying for the sons of men, while righteousness like water flowed before them, and mercy like dew was scattered over the earth. And thus shall it be with them forever and ever. Now, this is awesome, this one. This bit, number 5. At that time my eyes beheld the dwelling of the elect, of truth, faith, and righteousness. Countless shall be the number of the holy and the elect in the presence of the Lord of Spirits forever and ever. Their residence I beheld under the wings of the Lord of Spirits. All the holy and elect sung before him, in appearance like a blaze of fire, their mouths full of blessings, and their lips glorifying the name of the Lord of Spirits. And righteousness incessantly dwelt before him. There I was desirous and remaining, and my soul longed for that habitation. There was my antecedent inheritance, for thus I had prevailed before the Lord of Spirits. Wow, he was shown his inheritance. Wow. At that time I glorified and extolled the name of the Lord of Spirits with blessing and praise, for he has established it with blessing and with praise according to his own good purpose. That place long did my eyes contemplate. I blessed and said, blessed be he, blessed be from the beginning forever. In the beginning, before the world was created and without end, is his knowledge. What is the world? Of every existing generation there shall bless thee, who do not sleep in the dust, but stand before thy glory, blessing, glorifying, exalting thee, and saying, holy, 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 Lord of Spirits, fills the whole world of spirits. And there my eyes beheld all who, without sleeping, stand before him and bless him, saying, blessed be thou, and blessed be the name of the Father forever and ever. Then my countenance became changed until I was incapable of seeing. Okay, now there's a few things there. Like I said in the beginning, it says that the holy and elect race came down and mixed their seed with the sons of men. I'm a little bit baffled there, guys. I know the fallen angels did that and they weren't allowed to, but maybe the Father gave permission for this lot to come. I don't know. I'm just putting it out there. I really didn't know what to think when I first read that. So it's Enoch chapter 39 and verse 1, if you want to have a look for yourselves. But it's definitely not talking about the evil race there. It's definitely the elect and the holy race descend from the upper heavens, and their seed shall be with the seeds of men. So I found that very interesting. Also, how many, the countless shall be the number of holy and the elect in the presence. So there is many, many people who are going to make it into the presence of the Father. And you know, the enemy of our souls, he's going to do everything he can, especially now because you're a saint and he wants to wear you out. And now is the time, more than ever in the history of the whole entire mankind's history. Never before has he wanted to wear you out like he will now. And the only thing we can do is stay under the Father's wings. As it said in that, they were all under his wings. I thought that was just so prophetic for us today, to be put under his wings in the shadow of the Almighty. So even his shadow cast on us, nothing can hurt us because it's his shadow. And sometimes I have days where I think, oh my gosh, I just wish this would end. And then other days I want to see how far it can go. So it's a really soul-pulling experience to be living in this time, the time that the prophets said they would like to have seen. And okay, some days I'd like to swap with them and some days I don't. But the one thing we need to know and keep focused is that he did die for us. Yeshua did die for us. He had to become the offering for the whole world. And it is really simple. A child can understand it. And the more we complicate it with everyone's different doctrines, and no, let's keep it simple. Let's go back to the gospel, the pure, simple gospel. Yeshua came because you're a sinner and you've never pleased God. And you've known that in your heart, actually. You've really known it. You've known you've done things against the Father your whole life. We all have known that. So Yeshua came, died a perfect death, if you can call it that, because he was perfect, and rose 3 days later to prove that death had no sting over him. He rose. He showed people he had risen, proved he was the only person that could ever bring back the dead, and then proceeded to go back to heaven and prepare a place for us. That's what he said he was doing. He's gone back to heaven to prepare a place for us. For those who accept on this side of this realm, if you want to call it, to accept on this side that we can't do it. We can't do it by ourselves. We are nothing. And why should we not bow to our Creator? Why should we be in defiance of him who made us, and only for our good does he discipline us? So I think that's something for us to all think about. And whatever you do, just pray, pray, pray. I keep thinking I want to give you all this amazing information and knowledge when all I keep getting is just tell them to pray. Tell them I am here. Tell them I can hear them. And it's said that he sent out those angels to be over us, to be over the sons of men. Okay? There my eyes beheld the habitations of the angels and their couches with the holy ones. They were entreating, supplicating, praying for the sons of men. That's us. So thank you, Father in heaven, that we don't even have mediators just here in this realm on earth. We have mediators in heaven that are really there. And one of the old books even says that there is a star. Well, each of us does have a star, and that's biblical. So I'll have to try and find that. But it's very interesting when you think the fact that there are literally angels supplicating and praying for us on our behalves. And we might think, well, if the Father knows everything, why do they have to pray? Well, that's simple. That's all just, it's for the enemy to see. It's more, because if he wasn't there, it wouldn't have to happen. But that is to prove his power. It's just to prove his power. Not that he needs to prove it. He doesn't need to prove it to them. I know that because they know better than anybody. But it's, I guess, to show his authority more so. So, well, I hope you all enjoyed that reading. I enjoyed doing it. How are you there? Are you still there, bro?
Yeah, mate.
I'm
here. I'm here.
Okay.
Yeah,
well, I hope you've enjoyed your day.
Of course I did. Yes, I have enjoyed my day with beautiful family here on the net. And
Yeah.
no, beautiful reading, and always
Thanks,
great
Joe.
to finish off with that sort
Thanks,
of stuff.
Joe.
So,
I appreciate that. Yep.
So you're
So,
still on air, sister.
Yeah, pardon? Sorry, mate.
You're still on air.
No, I know.
Yours-
No, I was
yeah.
saying thanks, Joe. Joe Hill. Yeah.
Big Joe Hill. I love you,
Yeah.
Joe. You're just a legend, mate.
We love
You
all of
are
you
awesome.
here, each and
Yeah.
every one. And you are, every time I pray that we are all covered. All of us who are here. We've had 86 solid this whole time. So you
wow.
people are truly people who can focus, sit and concentrate. You're not running to and fro. You are concentrating on the information that you're gaining, and you know when to run from information, and I think you know when to run to information. So this is where the discernment, and you just ask, Father, just don't let me be deceived. Don't let me watch something that's wrong. Now, all my friends, when I was young, a young Christian in the 90s, they loved Kenneth Copeland, Benny Hinn. They'd get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. And
Gee.
even as a baby, I went, oh boy, them people, they're fake. Oh no, they'd say, no, you're a baby Christian. You know nothing. You will learn. And I'm thinking, I'm learning already. Woohoo. Boy, you elders, you need to learn. And carried along with every wind of doctrine, these people back in those days, with the Pentecostal movement, carried along with every wind. They wouldn't go straight to the Bible and see if you could make the connection. You have to have two or more witnesses within the Bible, Old Testament, New Testament, okay? And that's two or more witnesses, as well as the two or more witnesses in the end, whether they're two real people. Yep, maybe, probably, as well as the other two witnesses in the spiritual sense is the Old Testament and the New Testament. So there's your physical manifestation of it, and there's your spiritual manifestation of it. So it fits perfectly, you see. I'm on fire.
Oh, mate, you're on fire. Always on fire.
I'm glad I'm not, but I don't want to be. I want to be in the rainforest and swimming in the most beautiful. I've had dreams, guys. I've had dreams. I've been to these places, and I always wake up and I always knew they were not in this realm. They're just somewhere you can't get to here, and I didn't realize what I was seeing is in heaven. I have been to the most, because I was a diver, before I got back to Brisbane here and resumed city life. When I was living up in the Great Barrier Reef, I was diving multiple times a week, and I couldn't even dive places that I would dream about. These places were just too spectacular and amazing. Now I know those places are real, and I believe that's what awaits us and those who love him. Was it say, eye is not seen, ear is not hear, nor can the mind perceive the things that the Father has in store for those he loves. And beloved, your faith is counted to you as righteousness. So don't panic if you haven't led even anybody to the gospel. Don't panic. Your faith, strengthen your faith, and everything else will fall in line. That's my one bit of advice. Strengthen your faith and everything else will fall in line. And mind you, us women are not meant to be teachers. I'm not teaching you. I'm guiding you. I'm not teaching you. I'm telling you what's worked in my life and my long, long walk. I was a Christian. I fell over flat on my face so many times when I was young. And then I went through a stage where it was just, nah, God, I want a party. See you, God. I'm out the door. I'm going to, I'm going to drink me beer and smoke me pot and have my party. And I mean, I'm not saying that we can't let our hair down sometimes, and that's got to be within the confines of what should be good and holy as well. Anyway, you know what I mean? I mean, if you start drinking, you start swearing and fighting and cursing, well, then don't do it. But I mean, the biggest party's coming up. So this world can offer us nothing that even the people that I do believe, some of the testimonies I've heard where they can't believe the smells and the sights, and the colours are also brighter. And like I said with my dream, everything was just 10 times, a million times better than it was being actually in the Great Barrier Reef, the real thing. So this is real, and I think the closer we're going to get, the closer we're going to feel heaven descending. I do. Oh, and another thing. Oh, guys, so excited. Hang on. All right, let me get this in order. Okay, there's a channel. I don't know what his actual channel name is, but his name's Igor, and he lives in Croatia. And I was watching his live stream yesterday morning. He had some cameras set up. Wherever he is, he's not getting the sun until the 27th of February. And as we know, around the world, places go dark in the winter. So he's obviously there somewhere. And he set his cameras up, and he has the most amazing footage of the sun. It's not the sun, a sun and other lights just beyond chemtrails. So it had all been chemtrailed. And there was these lights, and there's no explanation. But because of the chemtrails, you can only see the glare. Guys, what if they're hiding the real war in heaven? What if we can just see it at certain times? And that is what these blanketing sick clouds are about. Because I looked out the other day, it was like a blanket. It's a sick, and it looks all like a sick blanket, really messed up. And then when I saw Eagle's live stream, I thought, whoa, hang on. Not only are they dirtying up the atmosphere for the fallen, because they're not going to like a clean atmosphere, that's for sure. And not only does it serve as to poison humanity as well, but it would serve to cover what is happening, so we can't see it with our eyes. This is how we figure things out. We have thoughts, and then we contemplate, and to meditate is to pray. The New Age stole the word meditate, because meditate was originally a scriptural word which just meant to contemplate and then to pray about. So we should meditate on these things. And it's very fishy, because it's a little bit darker there. So even if these colours were behind us now, Growler, you know how in Brisbane here we've got those clouds nearly all the time at the moment. Well, all the year it's been more cloudy days than good days. And I think that because the sun, we do have our sun up there above that barrier that is illuminating it too much to see if there was any colours and that going on. But this place is in the darkness. And it was just very interesting. I just thought it's something we could all, do a little bit of looking into, and just expand our brains while we've still got time. And, say no to the witch's brew or the monkey juice or whatever you want to call it, no matter what. Absolutely. Absolutely. I just read that, and that's just taken me bang. Final days. Yes, fudge. I was watching actually one of hers the other day. There is another one that's come in view. And even though she believes it's a globe, she believes they're planets as such. They're not. They're luminaries, and you can really see it if you go onto the Final Days channel. You can see their luminaries. And these things are big, guys. These things aren't little things like that are in our sky hanging up, twinkle, twinkle, little star. These things are coming down onto the horizon, and it seems that the closer and further down to the horizon they get, the larger they're getting. And I believe it's what the Bible says. Revelations, is it Revelation? Don't quote me on the address, but it says that a third of the stars will fall from the sky. Now, if real planets hit our Earth, well, we couldn't even have one hit our Earth without. That'd be the finish of mankind. And the story goes well on after the third of the stars fall to the sky. Now, these stars that have been referred to are actually the luminaries, which are actually the false gods. The 7 wandering stars are the 7 false demigods that they worship. And they will come in, and they will. And we do want to hope we are gone. We want to pray pray that you can escape all these things that are coming upon the earth, because it will. And yes, so those of you that say we're not in the Great Tribulation, I can see why you do say that. I feel it kind of started in 217, but hey, I could be wrong. But whichever way, like I said, whichever way it goes, it's not long before the monkey juice starts ripping them apart. And you know what I mean. So we need to buckle up now. We need to prepare, get your last food preps, get your waters preps, get out if the cities, if you can. If not, maybe there is another location the Father has, but if you don't ask, you're not going to receive. You need to ask him, Father, am I meant to be here where I am? Do I need to leave this place? If so, please provide somewhere for me. Believe me, guys, he won't leave you or forsake you, especially not now. Now is when you can rely on his power to be working in your life. But you have to believe it. There's your first step. Believe and you will receive. I guess by 2024, nobody can deny it's tribulation. Exactly. And like I said, we got 22 chapters of the Book of Revelation, and it only has 21 verses. Very suspicious indeed. The Father doesn't have things by accident. I don't believe. Nothing's a coincidence anymore. We're right at the end of this. You won't have coincidences. If something happens, you be sure it's good. It'll be from the Father. You be sure if it's bad and really bad, you'll know where it's from too. So, I don't know. Have you got any more to say, my dear brother? I could keep going on and on and on and on, because there is so much more to say. Well, there is. I mean,
yes, I agree.
I mean, we're living in the most brutal time. Well, no, it's not the most brutal time in history. Not yet. Not yet. Not yet. We weren't in World War II. We don't know nothing. We're still safe and secure. We're still okay. We're just starting to see the domino effect. And I haven't been looking at the markets, Gov. I don't know what they've been doing. So I'm not sure how the economy's holding up, but I can tell you all it's being held up by fake money. It's not real. So that will only hold until as long as they say. And then
until they stop printing monetary heroin into the system, because that's what's keeping it up.
That's right. That's right. Exactly. And then when that does collapse, will he find faith in the earth? Or will he find people that run to a monkey juice so they can keep their house and their car, but they lose the very life that he gave them? He said, if you want to keep your life, you will have to lose your life.
Yeah. Well, you know, what'll get a lot of people over the line, I don't believe their numbers, what they're saying. What'll get a lot of people over the line is they'll just freeze their bank accounts. That's, I mean, that's just the way it's happened in Iran. The first they started on pregnant women's bank accounts in Iran. Then they went to the younger generation, and then they started to freeze all their bank accounts and say, well, you better take it. If you want access to your money, take it. Yeah. You know, so over in Austria, you know, they're going to fine people €3,600 or something like that, and give them jail time as well. So, it's going to happen next year. Don't worry about that. And,
that was the February 15 deadline, was it?
Sorry. No, that was I think it's February 2nd in Austria. Not much is coming out of Iran at the moment, but anyway, it'll either, you know, they'll suspend people's bank accounts and debank them if they don't get it, whatever it is, and then if after they've finished that, and that's going to happen within the next 4, 5, 6 months maybe. Being generous, but yeah, it's and then comes as I said, they've got to get their numbers. That's number one to them, to getting all their numbers juiced. And once they get that, then they move on to the next one. So they've got a lot of tools in their toolbox. And then, they crash the economy, go to war, or it's war and then crash the economy. But it would sort of like make sense for them to crash the economy during war and then go onto a CBDC or a stable coin that's got a single ledger payment system. That would be my guess. So yeah, I'm still looking at that at the moment. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's not far away anyway. So, you know, your money's going to be no good to you if you decide not to take the monkey juice. So,
well, it's already toilet paper anyway. It's worth
that's
nothing,
right.
You know?
That's right. But I think
So
look,
no purchasing power.
I'm personally proud of the amount of pushback around the world I've seen. I'm proud of humanity. I thought there were more people that would cave. Yeah, they are small numbers when you look at I suppose, the full population. But I thought most people would just not question the narrative. So there's a lot more awake people than I gave credit for.
Yeah, I just think it's come to, it's just come too late. Well, I mean, the real kickback should have happened after World War II, if you want to look at it, and then the people create their own system, so you don't have the so-called elites and central banksters and dictators and all that sort of stuff. Dictators. I didn't mean that. I normally. Sorry, didn't mean that. But yeah, I mean, oh dear, I'm in trouble. But what I'm saying is, you know, for none of this to happen, you know, that's when they should have actually done it. But the problem is, the thing is, it's already written in Revelation. There's nothing, you can't change prophecy. This is God's plan, and it won't be changed, and it will be followed through to God's plans. It will be executed to His plans 100%. It's not to be argued with. You know, it's not our place to say. The people should rule and all that sort of stuff. Well, then if the people are ruling, that means you're saying God's not ruling. So this is His plan. It will go. I mean, He doesn't make mistakes. He's perfect. When we get up there, that's when we'll see what the bigger picture is, because it'll blow our minds too much of what we have to go through. So, you know, this is prophecy. It can't be changed. This is His plan, not to be argued with. Then we go home. So, you know, I just don't argue with His plan. I mean, we all want to go out and live life and everything like that, but we're here for a very short time. We're here to deliver a message. That is our job as a servant of the Most High, and then we go home.
That's right.
So, you know, to me, that's just the way it is. And look, I know people have got families and all that sort of thing, and of course I understand it. But look, if you're saved and sanctified, you know, you get the Holy Spirit, you're baptized, you know, you're saved, sealed, and delivered. Well, I can tell you what, it's a very, very short time you're down here, and eternity is a very long time. So that's where that's what I call an investment. You know, people are saying, "Oh, have a look at the ASX markets and the S&P and invest in this and invest in that." You know, I'd rather invest my soul in eternity and worship my King. That is the smartest business. That is the smartest investment move you can actually do. So anything else pales in comparison. You know, you've just got to really, you know, get rid of the world. You just get rid of everything. It's just the way it is, because it's going to, that's what I call a return on investment. You know, if you get rid of the world, you're securing your eternity with our powerful King Jesus. So that's just the way it is, and I think it's the only way to go. I mean, I think people are idiots if they don't choose that. I mean, what the hell's going on with you? Bunch of spastics. I know. I just can't understand it. It just blows me away.
Because
everyone's got a choice.
They've been promised things that aren't true, or they're just in complete ignorance. But I was just looking here in Luke, and Luke 9:23, so chapter 9:23, which is the numbers they love to mock. Okay, isn't it? We know 9:23. Okay, and today is the 23rd here in this country. It just came up. So Luke 9:23, if anyone would come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross daily and follow me. For whoever would save his life will lose it. But whoever loses his life for my sake will save it. For what does it profit a man if he gains the whole world and loses or forfeits himself? For whoever is ashamed of me and my words, of him will the Son of Man be ashamed. And when he comes in his glory and the glory of the Father and of the holy angels. But I tell you truly, there are some standing here who will not taste death until they see the kingdom of God. But this, sorry, I think I read that wrong. For whoever is ashamed of me and of my words, of him will the Son of Man be ashamed when he comes in his glory. Right. So that is Luke 9:23, 9:23. It's funny because I was just saying, whoever loses his life, and then opened it up. Father's good. He just put it straight there, right in front of me. He said, there you go. That's what you were looking for. And
that's right. That's right.
Funny about those numbers.
Yep. Very funny. But yeah, it's well, it is what it is. He said it's a narrow road up there. The road is wide and paved down to the bad place. But it's a very, very narrow road.
The road is long. Too many a winding turn that leads us to who knows where we'll get there. I don't know, something.
Thanks, guys. Just blame me. I kicked her off. Oh dear. Now, do you feel sorry for me, people? Do you feel sorry for me?
He's my brother. I love that song.
Yeah,
when I wake up. Yeah,
okay.
Anyway.
So if people got another 5 hours and want to hear Beck from Oz live on stage, on concert.
I had a dream I was a little kid last night. I was with Mel and I was jumping up and down stage with her.
Yeah, but you do that. You do that all the time.
Yeah, I know. No, he ain't heavy. He's my brother. Was that originally Neil Diamond Sticks? True. I thought that was. It's a very old band. I'm trying to think of the name of it. Not Manfred Mann. Could have been Manfred Mann, but yeah. So you guys, you ain't heavy. You're all my brothers. What I might do, I might record that song. I'll get Messy to get the backing track for me and I'll record it and I'll play it for you because I love singing it. And it's just Osmond sang it. Osmond as well. No, not originally. Not originally. It wasn't the Osmonds. Oh my, Hollies. That's right. The Hollies. Thanks, Paul. Thank you. Hollies, Timothy. That's right. Cool. I was saying Manfred Mann. Oh, I get them mixed up sometimes. I'm not sure why. Okay. They were just before my generation. I was a little bit young then. But all right, guys. Well, we might.
Just don't ask everyone on the chat. Don't ask me to sing. We'll probably end up with 1 subscriber. I'm joking.
I've never even heard you attempt to sing.
No, not very good. Yeah, I used to sing Metallica, that sort of stuff. Yeah, I used to like that. I know. But
that's Metallica.
I was off that a long time ago, so they're all demonic, and I don't listen to any music at all now, guys. So I've been delivered.
Blinded by the light, wrapped up like a douche, the rumor in the night. Blinded by the light.
Do you reckon this is a real different YouTube channel, family?
Hey, listen, when you have the grace of the Holy One, the Father, it's true. We're allowed to laugh. We're allowed to have fun because, that's our inheritance. That's our joy. The joy of the Lord is our strength.
Yeah, okay. That's right.
Yeah, blinded by the false light. Yeah, that song was the false light. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So, oh, well, I'll never be. I used to sing in church as well. I used to get paid. I was a professional singer, but my best time singing ever was always in the church in the day. And I can't wait to sing in front of the Father, for the Father. I can't wait to sing in front for the Father in front of you all. Oh, and we all sing in front. Because, see, we'll all sing perfect up there. I mean, it's going to be unbelievable. It's just so much to look forward to. Yeah.
Yeah. No, don't break out the wine.
Any other requests? Mama. No, I'm not going to do that. No. All right. Well, look, I've had a lot of fun today, and thank you for all the birthday wishes. Yes, I was a 1965 model, so you can do the math. But don't feel that old.
See, this is the thing. Shut up, would you? Just let me talk. And I'd like to sing a big happy birthday to Beck. We'll do a bit of a countdown, and because it's Beck's birthday, and now you people are going to see what sort of soprano voice I have. Oh no, I'm really in the crap here. All right, so I'm going to count down. I'm going to count down from 5 to 0, and then we're all going to sing happy birthday. Just print it out on the screen. Do what you like, and we'll go there. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy birthday, dear Beck. Happy birthday, dear Beck. Happy birthday, dear Becky. She throws me off. Happy birthday to you. Shut up, Beck. Happy birthday to you. Shut up, Beck. Happy birthday to you. Thank you.
I love you, brother. I miss you. I really do. I look down at the van every night and the light's not on, and I go, oh, I miss my brother. I miss my brother.
Yeah,
but
I know.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for all your happy birthday. Thank you. Yes.
And it's Bronwyn's birthday. Bronwyn's birthday too tomorrow.
What? Well, then she's the 23rd too. Well, we got the same birthday, me and you, Bronnie, because it's the 23rd here.
Give me a second. Okay. Happy birthday. I'm going to sing happy birthday to Bron. Both of us sing happy birthday to Bron. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy birthday, dear Bronnie.
Bronwyn.
Happy birthday, dear Bronnie.
Dear Bron.
Happy birthday, dear Bronnie.
Happy birthday, dear Bronnie.
And we love you all so much.
Do you?
How's that?
That was not very good.
Okay. I'm not.
It's like my worst song to sing in the world. I can't sing happy birthday, but I can sing lots of other things.
What?
On TV.
What did you say?
What?
Oh,
what's happened?
Hang on. I've got my
Stay
awesome
tuned
brother
for breaking
Jamie.
news.
Jamie, I just heard if you get the Jibby, you will get better 5G reception. Did they say that?
Of course. What? See, I told you.
They just said it.
They said you'll get better reception if you have the juice.
Yeah, I'm sure you would.
What?
Yeah,
no.
You get a real good reception. Probably in hell.
Please?
But, Yeah.
Did they really say that?
No, he did. Yeah. Jamie doesn't stuff around.
Oh no! Say no more. Say no more. There you go, guys. There's our proof that 5G has nothing to do with the monkey juice.
Yeah, there you go. Okay.
So that will, if you have the juice, you get better 5G. Wow, that's it. I've heard it all. Bop.
Yep. There you go.
Happy 21.
Woo. So I just wanted to say, and I'm very proud of it. It's Beck's 18th. So I'm very, very happy about that. It's her 18th birthday today, so very good. Bronwyn's 18th birthday, and it's my 95th birthday next July. So how's that?
Oh dear.
So happy birthday, Bronnie, and happy birthday to my awesome sister.
Jeanette, I think Jeanette Richardson, I think my hubby accidentally removed your comment because I saw he did it, and he doesn't even know how to do that. I don't think so. He wouldn't have removed your comment on purpose because there's nothing wrong with that comment. That's what's going to happen. We're going to get zapped. Well, not us. 65 gigahertz is good for you. Yes, especially paired with a bit of monkey juice in your veins and your eyeballs and in your pineal gland. Yep, no, not too bad at all. But oh my gosh, here we go. Listen, if we get any full breaking news or anything, we're just going to have to do an ad-lib premiere. We'll put it out there, guys, because we feel that we're coming into our season now where they're just about to go absolutely hammer and tongs at us. Okay, so we will if something happens, I'll either make a walk and talk, but I can't because Growler's not here now. So we'll just do a premiere, or we'll jump on like this, or we'll just jump on something like that. Okay, because
just quickly,
it's happening fast.
And I've just seen everyone in the chat, and I really miss you guys. And I thank you for coming in. And Kathleen just came up, darling. I hope your family and your children are okay. We love you very much. And can everyone please pray for Kathleen and her family? That'd be greatly appreciated. And please pray for Vernon Daniels as well. Please always remember him in your prayers. It's very important to us.
Please,
and Christopher
guys.
Levens as well. Big prayers for Christopher Levens and our beautiful sister Bronwyn and her mum. That we love very much, and of course my awesome top mod Anne Walsworth. We love you, mate. We just love you heaps, and you're very, very precious. And Davey, your birthday's in July too. Oh, good on you, and good to have you in, Davey. Miss you heaps, and aloha to you, Sticks. Good on you, big boy. Great to have you in, and we love you heaps, mate. And I just want to say a quick shout out to people because I haven't seen too much of the chat, and I miss everyone very much. Paul for Christopher Christ, good on you, mate. Love you. Big Bubba, Eric Dunaway, Cheyenne, you're just awesome. And I'll see you on Eyes chat soon. Carver Redeemed, great to have you on, Carver, dear sister. Dwayne Glower, good on you, mate. You're a soldier. Keep it up, and we love you. Heaps. I know he is. Trixie Andrews, I hope everything's going well for you, Trix, and just let us know what's going on into your neck of the woods down there in Sydney. Melissa Helm, great to have you in. Seen you in quite a few times. God bless you. Brada, good to have you in. Karen D, good to see you. I think you've come over from Aya's channel. I think you did. Yeah, that's right. Good to have you in. And Peter of Barbaria, VGF, Robin Middlebrook, another awesome sister. Shirley Graham, we love you, Shirley. And prayers for Shirley Graham as well. She's a very dear sister to us.
In Canada.
And Mandy Wright and whoever else I didn't say into the light.
I'd just like to say, Kathleen Miller, yes, we prayed for your little girl, Heather, and we did say on the last live stream, I don't know if you heard it, that we told everybody that your daughter had brain surgery and was out within 24 hours. Thank you, Father in heaven. Thank you so much. And you continue to watch over that little darling of yours, Father. Thank you. So that was really good. Is Aya on today? Is she?
I don't know. I wouldn't know. I think she had a backup channel that I wasn't subscribed to.
Yeah,
and
it's
I've missed
called
a fair bit.
Aya Censored. That's the one.
I've
it's not
I've subbed to that now.
Oh, okay, no worries.
Hey,
Keith, thank you, Keith. How are you? How's NZ going, dude? How are you? Haven't seen you for ages. I've been thinking about you.
Gary H as well.
Yeah, Gary's H is there too with Keith there. And that's been a real gift to be with you all today. Thank you so much. And I've had the most awesome birthday. I've never spent a birthday with like 80 to 90 people. It's just amazing. And I feel really special, you know. All of a sudden.
You're a special sister to all our family here, mate. You know that.
Thank you. But I tell you what, it won't be long and we're all going to see each other's faces. I know that for sure. This is so exciting. You know, we wouldn't have been able to go much longer in this world. Much longer, guys, the way it was going. I mean, they have ruined the climate. And climate change is real because they caused it. So it's my birthday. Bronwyn. Yeah, Bronnie, is yours 21, 22 or 23? I think Bronwyn's is 22 then. So you're a Kennedy girl. So it was my mother's birthday yesterday, Bronwyn. My mother is the day before myself and we're exactly 20 years apart. And that was the 22nd is the day Kennedy went out of the world. Yeah. So
I just want to quickly say hi to Shane Barber. Shane Barber, I missed you, buddy. I love you, man. Yes, love you, Shaney. We love you heaps, mate.
Praying for you and your wife, mate.
Yes, mate. We love you so much. Don't forget that.
Hang on, keep on, keeping on.
Yeah.
And now What else did we not want to say before we went? Any pressing issues?
Yeah. I need to roll a cigarette and have a cigarette.
Oh, that's your problem. I've stopped.
Very good. Yeah, I still haven't
Yeah,
stopped, guys.
you were
My
the
problem.
bad influence.
Yeah, I know.
Oh well,
Yeah.
no, it doesn't matter. You're still going to get there, brother. Don't you worry.
Yeah, I know.
Still going to get there.
I'll get there. I'll get there.
Do your best day at a time every day, as best as you
Yeah.
can. So to all you lovely family, please stay tuned for the new outro, which our Messi, and we'd like to thank you, Messi, for everything you've done. Thank you, Messi, so
Yes,
much.
mate.
We love you. And
Total warrior.
the new outro is by Messi. He's a musician, or a magician, as Mum Colleen likes to call him, a magician. And okay, we're actually going to do the old one at the moment. So he did that one last week, but we've still got more work to do to it. That's all right, no problem. Well, you're going to get the old one this week. There you go. That's all you got to get. And I've got to get my old avatar back because I'm sick of this Corona typewriter. I don't like it anymore. So yeah.
It's a very old typewriter. Happy
Very
birthday.
old.
Happy birthday.
Missy is the man. Okay. Okay. Everybody wants to rule the world. Yeah, I want to have a look at that. Oh, guys, if you get a chance, go over to either Chuck Middleton's got a new news channel. I'm not sure what it's called. Go over to Atheism is Madness, which is Shane at Atheism is Madness, and check out the video Chuck did on an 80s song by Mr. Mister called Take These Broken Wings. Wow, you just have a look at that, and it was the fallen angels leaving a message for us all. And I mean, I hate that kind of music, and I know that song had an eerie, it would suck you in. No matter who you were, you seem to have liked that song. Take these broken wings, you know that one. And the decode on it that Chuck Middleton has done is amazing. Yeah, you saw that one, Melissa. Yeah, amazing, hey? Yeah, the book of love will open up and let us in. They think they're going to be redeemed. And they're still crying out for their mercy that they're not going to get. It was very, very easily explained in the Book of Enoch that the Father was not going to have mercy on them because he must have had it for so long and they just rejected one time too many. So very interesting. Mr. Take These Broken Wings. Flight of Icarus. That was Iron Maiden, Flight of Icarus. That was Bruce Dickinson. Mr. Take These Broken Wings. I think that's what it's called. I'm Chucky. Want to play? Oh, yeah. Oh, Sticks. I like your sense of humor. That's awesome. Yeah, go and take a look at Atheism is Madness, okay? And tell him I sent you. Here, I'll drop the link. Oh, I can't. It's too hard for me. It'll take too long. Okay, so Atheism is Madness. So go and show Shane some love. Tell him we sent you. And yes, I used to be a metalhead, absolutely. And we will wrap this up now, but we will be seeing you in the very near future. Until then, but stay prayed up. Stay under the covering of the blood of Yeshua, who is the only protection we have. And continually pray for us all. Continually pray that you will escape. You will be worthy to escape all these things that are coming upon the earth. And thank you again for all your birthday wishes. Thank you so much. Happy birthday, Bronnie. We love you, and good night to all. God bless you all, no matter where you are. We love you, and we will see you next week. Same time,
you guys.
same channel, same day, same time. We'll see you then. We love you. This is Beck.
Love you.
We are out.